everybody, welcome back to the channel. As always, doesn't matter who you are or how you found us, we're glad you're here. Today, I thought it'd be fun to go over this rigid toolbox I set up for when my family and I were traveling across country. So we didn't have a home to go back to in Virginia because we'd sold it, and we didn't really have a place of our own to land in Idaho. So just driving all the way across country, 3 kids, the wife and I, in our minivan. So I put this together here. If kind of like the worst should happen, I would have some self-defense stuff available here. So small system. Incorporated kind of into this system is of course going to be my everyday EDC stuff that I carry every day. You can I'll put a you can check that out here. Put a link here somewhere. As well as I had my regular backpack that I would carry every day. I have a video for that talking about my get home bag. So kind of some redundancy with certain things in there. But I also had those 2 things with me as part of the system, if you will, and I'll kind of go over that now. I was carrying my complete EDC the whole time. I have a Utah pistol carry permit, which allows me to carry. It allowed me to carry pretty much every state I came across on our drive across the U.S. So I was able to keep my pistol on me the entire time. So I always had that again. So all the EDC stuff. So the system had several requirements when I was starting out, right? So it's not necessarily a 100% full and complete system, but number one, it had to be fairly inconspicuous. We were going to be going in and out of hotels and other places to stay, staying with friends, stuff like that. So, that's one reason I chose this. This is probably the most conspicuous thing. It's an ammo can, and I chose a small one. And then this is a Hazard 4 Gray Man carbine bag. It's inconspicuous unless you really know what you're looking at, but to an average person, it could just be like a soft-sided instrument case or something like that. So, but it also had to be small-ish, right? Because we also had, we brought food along in the car because we tried to stay at places where we could still make our own meals and everything because it's cheaper. We had camping stuff like sleeping bags and whatnot in the vehicle, as well as our regular luggage and everything like that. Kids, toys and entertainment, stuff like that. So it couldn't take up a ton of room in the back of the van. So it had to be smallish, which is why I got everything to fit in here. I like these cases here because there's actually a gasket inside, and we'll get to the inside of it here in a minute. There's a gasket in there protecting it from the weather. No water is going to get it and everything. Separate ammo can, address that real fast. Separate ammo can is any, so I had, my Glock 19 and ammo for that on my person. I also had my wife's pistol, her Smith & Wesson Shield, and my AR with us. Now, interstate commerce law states that you could travel across state lines with a firearm, even if you're not necessarily supposed to have it in that particular state. So travel at your own risks, but things need to be locked up, things like that. So I was trying to cover all the bases there and do the best I could, even though I knew I could carry my pistol. I wasn't sure all the laws for long guns and traveling with them through different states, so I just kind of went with the interstate commerce, which says that the ammo needs to be stored separately in a locked container. So all the different ammo for the different firearms, other than again my EDC gun, was in here. Because I didn't want to run afoul of any law enforcement or anything like that, trying to get cross country, because that would rain on the parade real quick. So that's why this was here. So yeah, so the other criteria were it needed to be able to be secured, right? So AR in there broken down, had a cable lock through it, kind of best you can do in the circumstances. Obviously this ammo can has a lock on it. These toolbox have the ability to have a lock on them. So some secured in some fashion, right? Somebody really wants it, they're going to smash and grab it and take it with them and try to open it later, but at least it may be a deterrent to slow somebody down. And the final criteria was it needed to be, I was trying to keep the cost down, so it needed to be stuff I already had that I put this equipment together in. So I already had a set of these toolboxes. So an ammo can had this. I've gone on trips before and used this Hazard 4 bag. So that was also one of the criteria, is that to keep the cost down, it had to be stuff that I already had around the house. So bonus to this is, like I said, it's got the rubber gasket, it's lockable, it's got the carry handle, and it's actually quite tough. You can also sit on it, use it as a step stool, anything like that when it's closed. But let's I'm gonna reset the camera up here, try to get a good look where I can take this stuff out. We'll go over what's in there. Now, I'm gonna be doing this live, if you will, because once we got to Idaho here, this has been in the bottom of a closet. I took my wife's gun out of there, secured that where it should be, and everything. Put ammo in safes and stuff like that where that should be. But the rest of the equipment in here has been, sitting locked in the bottom of the closet since we got here for a month or more. So what's in there and the arrangement of things in there might be, they go, oh yeah, that was in there. But anyway, let's get to it. All right, so starting out with this Hazard 4 bag here, which doesn't fit into the frame very well, but Hazard 4 had my M4, AR in here. It was, so got your Hazard 4 there. This is the Gray Man kind of sling bag here. I know that's probably a close-up, but yeah, so throw that on my shoulder. So the way I had this set up, the idea being is that if I needed to grab, just this and that ammo can were right next to each other, I could grab this easily out of there and that ammo can, and I'd have most everything I need. In that bag was also, minus the magazines, was my bump of the night or my home defense bag. So lots of medical stuff in here. So that was also in the Hazard 4 bag, stuffed in there. And so idea being is I carry the keys to this box, the lock that's on the AR and everything. I carried those keys around my neck. So open the ammo can, throw a mag in the gun, stuff this with mags, and I've got some medical gear and ammo should I need it. In there I also had my some NSR inside the waistband holster and everything, because normally I carry appendix, but also running the rifle if that need arose. It's difficult to make a transition, kind of like you go to lay the rifle down in front of you and your appendix carrying your pistol. So I could transition it to my strong side and carry an extra magazine with that stuff. That was also in there. So now let me grab these keys here. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes, but away we go. All right, so I don't know if you can see. In the top here, though, kind of stuffed in the crevices, got a watch cap. So a little chilly outside. I've got a watch cap in there. And I should say that, so my whole philosophy behind all this stuff is, if kind of like the worst happened, we found ourselves at a friend's place or in another community. I wanted something where it could be fairly robust. There's some force multipliers in here. There is, so basically so I could be an asset wherever we're at and be well set up to try to get us, figure out the next part of our plan to get where we are going or stay safe. So hat, I'm just going to kind of throw this stuff over. Some mechanics gloves I had stuffed up in there. Eye protection in there. Shemagh, these are good for lots of different things. Keeping your neck warm, keeping the sun off of you. If you are in a position where you don't want to be observed, you can break up your silhouette or whatever by throwing this over you. Have lots of uses. You could also use it almost like a bandana and throw over you. So yeah, we got that there. I think I also took my ear pro is still in here. So Haley strategic flat pack here. Got radio. There's going to be a range finder down in there. This is a bit of netting, kind of similar to what I was talking about with the Shemagh. You can throw this over yourself if you didn't want to be, observed. Power bar. Oklahoma flag there. Sandbag via like liquid IV stuff. Compass, lens cleaning, dude towel, like sponge yourself off. Stuff in here. I think there's a flint and steel down in there from Gerber. Some wet fire. If you need to start a fire. Electrolytes. Cleaning brush. What else we got in here? Oh yeah, wet fire for starting. You need to start a fire. So those two things kind of go together there. So flint and steel. So that's comms, and if I needed to go on a short patrol, if you will, and have several things with me, that can also carry extra mags and stuff in it. So of course, ear pro, cleaning stuff for Glock and the AR. I did a video on this. That's a Glock plate, bottom plate removal tool for the magazine. Helps with that a lot, but there's oils and stuff like that in here. Grease, Glock pen tool, brush, Slip 2000, and some hoppies in there. Pull this war belt / battle belt out of here. Special operations equipment, tear off med pouch here, I think with it's not a cat tourniquet, similar to a cat tourniquet, can't think of the brand name of that one there. Dump pouch, Gerber mutt in there. So multi-tool, carry an extra flashlight. This one's got a red lens on it. Yeah, so if you needed to, not ruin your vision at night, but you can also pop that up. Herpeted derp. Yeah, you can also pop that open and just have a white light there, but carry an extra flashlight because, not everything needs a gun pointed at it if my gun has a light. Extra pistol mag. This belt is designed to go on, so my EDC belt that I carry has loop Velcro on the outside all around. So this literally just readjust holsters and things, and throw this on the outside. Throw my Glock, take my Glock from the appendix rig, put it in here. And then there's a Gerber knife here also. Spare mag on that side. Little everything catch-all pouch. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so this has been locked up. I did have extra magazines in here. So what else we got here? Attached to the battle belt, drop leg, holster. There's no armor or anything in here. Goes on my leg. I like to run it like this. I like to be as mobile as possible. If I need to hit the ground, I want to be as low as possible. So that's why I carry this on a drop holster or drop rig off that belt. Boo-boo kit, adventure medical kit. So there's all kinds of Band-Aids and Neosporin type stuff in there. Headlamp for working things in here. So I had my radio in my backpack there, but I also, that's not much good if I'm doing something I can't talk to my family with it or somebody else in the area. I had some just little Motorola's. They're all on the same frequency. I handed them. Charging stuff, batteries for my radio, clips for the Motorola's to go on belts and things. Doorstop can be used for several things, but if you were going in somewhere you needed to, clear a house or something like that, you can stop the door open with that. It's one of those things that's hard to, in the moment, if you need to do something like that, it's better to have one of those in a pocket or something like that to jam under the door frame. Keep it open instead of trying to improvise something. So magazines. Oh, this is a water purification, the infrared light water purification in here. Apparently I have an extra Glock mag in here. That's where that went. Not sure. I know that was in there for a reason. Yes, okay. So my Wyze Cam. So he's got his little hat here, which is why I don't have the top of it painted. But this Wyze Cam, I added to it, the screws were there, and the extra bit was so that, if I needed to mount this up to a tree or something, you can. So even without having Wi-Fi, I made sure this thing was fully charged, and you can charge it off a car or anything like that, but you can create a local area network on your phone through the Wyze app, and you can then have this just broadcast straight to your phone. No extra Wi-Fi or Bluetooth needed. You can just create that local Wi-Fi on your phone, and you could have eyes out somewhere, within reason. It's not going to be real far out because it's limited by the range of that Wi-Fi signal and everything. But eyes kind of like behind you, and you could watch from inside somewhere or something. This also has infrared kind of night vision capability. So Wyze Cams, this is the outdoor cam, so it's fairly weatherproof and everything like that. I think I was one of the people that got it early, so it came with this little cowboy hat that goes on it, so it kind of helps shield it from the weather and everything. I had this mounted outside for a couple of years on a tree through snow, rain, high wind, you name it, and it still was going. So it's a good product. They're fairly inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. So I had this in here kind of just to add some capability to this whole setup here. What do we got? I think this is all. This is extra batteries. Yeah. So extra lithium-ion batteries in here for anything tactical that I'm doing, or anywhere I'm going to be leaving batteries in something for a while. Lithium-ion is the way to go because they're not going to leak on you like alkaline batteries might. But just extra batteries for stuff in there, mostly the radios. Magazines, and then, all right, so this. This is just a little like Plano fishing tackle box that I picked up at Walmart. But in here is stuff from Fifth Ops gear. What they really specialize in making are trip alarms. So you get your this is for attaching it to trees and stuff like that. But you get like this little guy here. You get a like an eye bolt. You screw it into a tree, a fence post, side of a house, side of a barn, something like that. You take a shotgun, like just a primer. You put the primer in here, load the primer in there, and then you can, there's some Kevlar line there and everything like that. You can set this to, with a set pin and everything like that, to where it will trigger, it'll snap, and it's a loud boom. So it's a tripwire alarm. They're fairly small. There's also the reason this is in here. These are 2 blanks. So this is the other thing that they make. And I painted these all like a flat black here. But this is a blank adapter here. Yeah, if I can get it out of here. Yeah, that's a blank adapter for the 208 like shotgun primers, basically. Same thing that's going to be back there on a shotgun shell. Or with this one, you could fit a blank shotgun shell in there as again a perimeter tripwire alarm. So you could do either of those. So I just, basically what would fit in this little guy, in this little thing here, is everything I put in here. So you've got your pins for while you're setting it. There's the different eye hooks for putting it in. These are the actual pieces you set the trip alarm with, and this is your Kevlar string that you run across a trail or wherever you're trying to protect. So again, kind of a force multiplier there, in that I don't have to be watching every direction all the time. I can set the camera up, I can set this stuff up, and be a little more, if the worst happens, which is what this all is for, be a little more prepared that way. So that just about does it. So yeah, all that stuff fit in here. Little Allen tool there. I think that's for adjusting like the Blackhawk holster and stuff like that. Is why I tossed that in there. So yeah, that is that. This worked out pretty well. I think what I may do in the future here, you can see the gasket there here around the bottom. What I may do in the future here is I actually thought this was a pretty good setup. And what I may do is just adapt the rest of my toolbox, the rigid toolbox, because I had like a 3-piece set. It goes on a roller. I may adjust that and make some changes and everything to where I can have almost like my all my kit ready to go, including armor and separate out the magazines and ammo and everything like that. But it's all lockable. It's all essentially weatherproof and pretty durable. So that way, have it sitting there. It's locked. I've got the keys on me. And if worse comes to worse, we need to leave the house. You grab this, roll it out, grab your other gear, bug out stuff that you've got ready to go, and toss that in the car along with the fam, and off you go. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we will catch you on the next one. All right, everybody, have a good one.